Today we start with a gentle and romantic theme. Aviation has gone hand in hand with romance since the first flights. There is something about being up in the air that fills one's soul. Even today, it's possible to see new things to fill one's heart. Look at this. We have just received these beautiful aerial shots of the Swiss mountainside from drone pilot Colin Zamudio. With modern technology, everyone can enter into this amazing world, even without lifting off the ground. Colin used only a tiny long-range drone with a GoPro camera mounted on top of it. The future is now, don't you think? I'm Regan Tetlow, and as always, I'm bringing you another episode of our weekly show. It's a cut-down version this week, as we'll be providing you with coverage from the 2020 Paramotor Slalom Polish Open Championships. So let's go with Airsports News. We're right after the 2020 British Open Paramotor Championships. All the best athletes from the UK and beyond competed in several tasks, starting and finishing at a beautiful Dairy House Farm airfield in Nantwich. Pilots competed in one of two classes of aircraft, solo foot-launched and solo trike paramotors. There was also the special Discovery class, developed in British paramotor competitions as a means by which new pilots can get a taste for competition and develop their skills without committing to the full intensity of official scored tasks flown without GPS. To find out more about the championships, I spoke with meet director Barney Townsend from the British Paramotor team.
How many competitors have you got there, Barney?
We've got 7 in the Open Championship class, which is the main foot launch solo class. We've got 3 trikes solo and 3 in a group that we call the Discovery Group, which is slightly more relaxed. We operate a slightly different format. It's much more navigation based. We're flying around slalom courses in the UK is very difficult. At SEMA, the Mike Flight and Paramotor Commission of the FAI, we opted to ban competitive slalom flying unless held over water for safety reasons, particularly when a few years ago when the wing design started getting faster and smaller. The amount of energy in the wing, on a large wing 10 years ago, you could slide into the ground on a slalom and you'd break a prop, but you'd walk away. It really is very dangerous to fly on land now. We're very strapped for sites to train for that in the UK or to use. So we don't use them in our competitions. I think that's very daunting to new competitors as well. It's a very high level of sport. So it's mostly navigation, but the precision tasks, we still do the bowling landing with the Skittles. We do a spot landing task, but we mix precision into a lot of the navigation. So it's a format which was originally developed by an Estonian man called Pat Kolar and proposed at SEMA for FAI Cat 1 status, called the endurance format, which I've worked with him to get that proposal through, and then I've been redeveloping it to fit with the British context and environment since then. And since now we've fed that experience that I've been developing on these championships back to SEMA, and this is now Cat 1 approved. So we are using this as a prototype for a potential world championship that we'd like to host in this format at some stage. Obviously, these things are a long time in planning at very early stages, but SEMA are aware of my expression of interest to host that and receptive to it at the moment. So fingers crossed.
Want to know more from Barney? Just check out our YouTube channel to find a full-length interview with him and many other interesting interviews too. And here are the official results from the British Open 2020. On now to skydiving news and a plan for a new record. The Baltic and Maiden Blue zones are inviting pilots to the Baltic Wingsuit Meet, which will take place on the 21st and 22nd of August at the airport in Elbląg, Poland. As part of it, 9 wingsuit skydivers will try to set the new AWF record in formation flying together with a plane. It is the first in a series of events that aims to build a solid foundation and preparation for breaking the AWF world record, which was set by an international group of jumpers last year in Portugal. Good luck, guys. We're staying in Poland because of an amazing hot air ballooning event that took place last week in the heart of this beautiful country. The Balloon Miracle on the Vistula River was organised for the 100th anniversary of the Battle of Warsaw, and a dozen balloons flew over the centre of this city, creating an extraordinary landscape. Our friends from Poland On Air were on location to capture these beautiful images. I first met my next special guest while presenting the Drone Racing World Series in Amsterdam. She is well known for her prolific online content as My On High and an inspiration to young female pilots around the world. Let's catch up with Lexi Jansen.
What's been happening during the pandemic? Tell me how it was for you.
Oh gosh, yeah, when pandemic hit, actually, the first thing that happened was every single event was cancelled. So my planner for 2020 all of a sudden was like, well, let's just get a really big black marker and just blah, all of it, because everything was cancelled. All the content creation, all the photo shoots, public speaking, and all the events, all the races, just everything's done. And we're just sitting there like, okay, what now? What am I supposed to do with my life? So we started training, we started doing live streams because there was just no content to create. So we started just talking with our community. We were training, we started series of how to actually train for drone racing. And actually we did a lot of really cool things, I think. So we kind of adjusted to the situation. But to be honest, now the events are popping up back. So we're kind of trying to get there. We have the first international event next week, I think, in Italy, then in Netherlands. But I don't think we will go really far, which is really sad because I think no China this year.
Tell me about some of the inspirational contents or creators that you've influenced, you think? People who've got in touch with you and have started racing because of your content.
Oh god, there were a couple of people, but I mostly like the girls group that we have. We have a girls group on Discord, and there's a lot of girls who said that they actually started because they saw my video. But there's also one German pilot, Mona. She actually told us last week on the event that she was looking at the FPV drones and she was thinking, damn it, where are the girls? Where are the girls? I want to be one of them. Where are the girls? And she couldn't find any. And then she found me along with Heiko, I think. And she said that she was so excited and started looking things about me and so on. And she was like, yes, I can do it. It's possible. Okay, let's go.
Lexi has a lot to say about drone racing, so stay tuned to our YouTube channel to watch her interview right after the show. The state of New Hampshire has recently passed first in the nation legislation that allows flying cars on public roads and regulates their use. The bill introduces the term roadable aircraft into the state's legal diction, defined as any aircraft capable of taking off and landing from a suitable airfield, which is also designed to be driven on public roadways as a convenience. It also requires owners to have a valid aircraft registration, conduct inspections as needed, and pay a $2,000 municipal registration permit fee payable to the city or town in which they reside. Robinson Helicopters have delivered their 1000th R66 turbine helicopter, less than a decade after it was certified. The R66 uses the Rolls-Royce RR300 turbine, and Robinson says it has never had a reported in-flight failure of those engines in 1.2 million R66 flight hours. Robinson continues to be the volume leader in rotorcraft, with more than 10,000 of the 2-place R22 and 4-place R44 helicopters built since the smaller ship was introduced in 1979. That's all for today. To contact us, use our email news@airsportspromotion.com or write to me directly on Twitter. And don't forget to watch our daily news coverage from the 2020 Paramotor Slalom Polish Open Championships, brought to you by our Air Sports Promotion team. I'll see you next week. Stay safe, and as always, keep your eyes on the skies.